Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you just can't stay motivated? You start strong, but then life gets in the way, and before you know it, you're back to square one. Well, what if I told you that staying motivated isn't about willpower? It's about science. Today we're diving into 12 science-backed ways to stay motivated, break through procrastination, and achieve your goals. Whether you're trying to build a business, get in shape, or just stay productive, these strategies will help you stay on track. Let's get started. Before we get into the tips, let's talk about the psychology of motivation. Motivation isn't just a feeling. It's a complex process driven by your brain's reward system. When you achieve a goal, your brain releases dopamine, a feel-good chemical that makes you want to repeat the behavior. But here's the catch: motivation isn't constant. It fluctuates based on your environment, habits, and mindset. That's why understanding the science behind motivation is key to sustaining it. For example, research shows that motivation is closely tied to your sense of autonomy, competence, and relatedness, what psychologists call self-determination theory. When you feel in control of your actions, capable of achieving your goals and connected to others, your motivation naturally increases. On the flip side, when you feel overwhelmed, incompetent, or isolated, motivation plummets. That's why the strategies we're about to discuss are designed to boost these three psychological needs. So let's dive into the 12 science-backed strategies that will help you stay motivated, even when the going gets tough. Number 1. Set smart goals. Research shows that vague goals like get fit or be successful are hard to achieve because they lack clarity. Instead, use the SMART framework. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," say, "I will work out for 30 minutes, 4 times a week, for the next 3 months." This gives you a clear target and makes it easier to track your progress. But why does this work? Because specificity reduces ambiguity, which in turn reduces anxiety. When you know exactly what you need to do, your brain can focus on execution rather than worrying about what success looks like. Additionally, setting measurable goals allows you to celebrate small wins along the way, which keeps your dopamine levels high and your motivation intact. So, take a moment to write down your SMART goals today. Big goals can feel overwhelming, which is why breaking them into smaller, manageable steps is crucial. Studies show that completing small tasks releases dopamine, keeping you motivated to tackle the next step. For example, if your goal is to write a book, start with writing 500 words a day. Small wins add up to big results. But there's another psychological benefit to this approach. It reduces the fear of failure. When you focus on small, achievable steps, the risk of failing feels minimal, which makes it easier to take action. Think of it like climbing a mountain. If you only focus on the peak, the journey feels impossible. But if you focus on reaching the next campsite, the climb becomes manageable. So, break your goals into bite-sized pieces and watch how your motivation soars. Visualization isn't just a woo-woo technique, it's backed by science. Athletes and entrepreneurs use visualization to mentally rehearse success, which activates the same brain regions as actually performing the task. For example, a study published in the Journal of Sports Psychology found that athletes who visualized their performance improved just as much as those who physically practiced. Here's how to do it effectively. Spend 5 minutes a day imagining yourself achieving your goal. Feel the emotions, see the details, and visualize the steps you'll take to get there. This technique works because it primes your brain for success. When you visualize yourself overcoming challenges, your brain starts to believe it's possible, which boosts your confidence and motivation. So close your eyes, picture your success, and let your brain do the rest. Your brain loves rewards. Create a system where you reward yourself after completing a task. It could be something small like a piece of chocolate or a 10-minute break. This taps into your brain's dopamine system, making you more likely to repeat the behavior. But here's the key: the reward must be immediate. Delayed rewards don't have the same impact because your brain struggles to connect them to the action. For example, if you're trying to build a workout habit, reward yourself with a smoothie right after your session. This creates a positive association with exercise, making it easier to stick to your routine. So, think about what rewards excite you and start using them to reinforce your habits. Motivation is contagious. Studies show that surrounding yourself with motivated people can boost your own drive. Join a community, find an accountability partner, or follow inspiring people on social media. For example, a Harvard study found that people who had friends with healthy habits were more likely to adopt those habits themselves. But why does this work? It's because of something called social proof. When you see others working hard and achieving success, it subconsciously motivates you to do the same. So take a look at your social circle. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? If it's the latter, it might be time to find a new tribe. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Tracking your progress gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you motivated. Use a journal, app, or even a simple checklist to monitor your daily wins. For example, if you're trying to save money, track your expenses and savings every week. Seeing the numbers grow will motivate you to keep going. But there's another benefit. Tracking helps you identify patterns. If you notice that your motivation dips on certain days, you can adjust your routine to address the issue. So, grab a notebook or download a tracking app and start monitoring your progress today. Seeing how far you've come can reignite your motivation when you feel stuck. Routines reduce decision fatigue and make it easier to stay on track. Research shows that highly successful people often follow strict routines. For example, Apple CEO Tim Cook starts his day at 3:45 a.m. to exercise and plan his schedule. But you don't have to wake up at 3:45 a.m. to benefit from a routine. Start small by creating a morning ritual that sets a positive tone for the day. For example, spend 10 minutes meditating, 20 minutes exercising, and 15 minutes planning your tasks. This creates a sense of structure and control, which boosts your motivation. So, think about what activities energize you, and build them into your daily routine. Your why is your ultimate motivation. Why do you want to achieve this goal? Is it to provide for your family, make a difference, or prove something to yourself? Whenever you feel demotivated, reconnect with your why. It's the fuel that keeps you going. For example, if you're trying to lose weight, remind yourself that it's not just about looking good, it's about being healthy enough to play with your kids or live a long, fulfilling life. This technique works because it taps into your emotional brain, which is far more powerful than your logical brain. When you connect your goals to your deepest values, motivation becomes automatic. So take a moment to write down your why and keep it somewhere visible. Being too hard on yourself can kill motivation. Studies show that self-compassion, treating yourself with kindness when you fail, increases resilience and motivation. For example, if you miss a workout, instead of beating yourself up, say, "It's okay, I'll try again tomorrow." This approach works because it reduces the fear of failure. When you know that failure won't lead to self-criticism, you're more likely to take risks and keep going. So the next time you slip up, treat yourself like you would treat a friend. Remember, progress isn't linear. Be kind to yourself on the journey. Procrastination often stems from feeling overwhelmed. The 2-minute rule states that if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. For bigger tasks, just commit to 2 minutes. Once you start, you'll often find it easier to keep going. For example, if you're procrastinating on writing a report, tell yourself, "I'll just write for 2 minutes." Chances are, once you start, you'll get into the flow and keep going. This technique works because it reduces the mental barrier to starting. Once you're in motion, staying in motion becomes much easier. So the next time you're stuck, commit to just 2 minutes. You might be surprised at how much you accomplish. Distractions are motivation killers. Research shows that it takes an average of 23 minutes to refocus after a distraction. Create a distraction-free environment by turning off notifications, decluttering your workspace, and setting boundaries. For example, if you're working on an important project, put your phone on airplane mode and close unnecessary tabs on your computer. This technique works because it reduces cognitive load, allowing your brain to focus on the task at hand. So, take a look at your environment and eliminate anything that might pull your attention away. Your motivation will thank you. Finally, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Celebrating releases dopamine and reinforces positive behavior. For example, if you complete a big project, treat yourself to a nice dinner or take a day off to relax. This technique works because it creates a positive feedback loop. When you associate hard work with rewards, you're more likely to repeat the behavior. So, take time to acknowledge your progress and reward yourself for your hard work. You deserve it. Staying motivated isn't about being perfect, it's about using science-backed strategies to keep moving forward. Start implementing these 12 tips today, and watch how your motivation transforms. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more tips on productivity and personal growth. Remember, the journey to success starts with a single step. See you in the next video.